insight to every single person.
Hungry. You so are.
No, I'm not.
When we were going to be 50-50 on the show originally, okay, here's weaponizing, saying stuff that's not
Dude,
on the
I
table.
gave you the most generous fucking deal.
You came back 5
Go
minutes
ahead.
later and said, actually, 45 out of 45, 55. And I was like, and you said to pay everyone. Okay, cool. I get that. Cool. But then to be like, and I'm just going to keep all the highlights for costs or whatever. Okay.
Yeah.
How about what? Like, just recoup.
We spent $50,000 on this set.
Recoup
We have a
it.
full set of guys that are working
So that's
all around the clock.
of our podcast.
And I literally, and you get 45%. That seems like a great fucking deal.
And 0 of the highlights.
The
I don't
highlights
care.
is nothing,
I don't
dude.
care.
It's
I'm
just
just saying.
it's just really annoying to crunch the numbers for a couple $100.
What we hire? Why would I ask you about people I hire?
Because it's frenemies and you take the budget for paying the crew. That's what you told me. You take highlights, you take 5% to pay the crew.
No,
so why don't I get any input on the crew or what we do?
These are employees of our
So why are you
production
taking
company.
highlights and 5% of frenemies? You told me that it was to pay them, that they could be working.
It's for production costs.
Okay, but you told me
It's for
at the
production
beginning.
costs.
You told me at the beginning it's like they could be working on other things. So I made that argument too. I'm like, well, they're already H3. Oh, they could be working on other things. So I'm like, okay, in that
It's
case,
for production costs. I take 5% extra from the podcast revenue, and I take the highlights revenue, and everything else we split.
Right.
It's literally about we are producing the show, and I'm taking a cut. I feel like that's beyond reasonable.
all the
Beyond
highlights.
reasonable.
5%.
Yes.
5%. Do you realize how much 5% was of our last one? That should be enough. But also like highlights, and then you weren't the membership I had to fight for because you weren't. You're like, oh, I forgot to tell you about the members. Like
I giving
it's
you
crazy.
50% of all the members, even though we work and do all of the work. I don't know why you fight me on money. The deal you have is beyond reasonable.
Okay.
No.
Up. You're the pusher and the gaslighter and be like, oh my God, how could you say that about me? Meanwhile, this whole time being like,
I'm not
you're crazy,
saying-
you're fat,
I'm
you're
just
this, you're this. Oh, we're just joking, but then you go to another level. No,
Everything
it
I'm
doesn't
talking
work
about
that
is
way.
on the table, right?
Okay, mine's on the table too. Mine,
Everything
no.
we always talk about. So, but you're like, okay, what can I
No.
use to really hit him right now?
No, that's
what you do.
Fucking gaslighting 101.
Bro, I'm not
Yes,
gaslighting.
you are.
This is what
To
you
be
do
like-
to people.
No.
I'm just telling you. And I feel like you're gaslighting me, to be honest, saying that you're not like frustrated about
But
that.
I'm not.
Because it really is a source of like every time something comes up where it's like, I hired somebody or this, that, and like, oh, you don't do that much on the show.
I'm bringing attention
It's
to it. I'm not
literally
upset.
always-
I would text
it
you. I would tell
literally
you if I
always
was.
comes down to, oh, you get this extra 5%. And so
Because you're saying,
not
why
fair.
should I get an input on the employees? That's what you said. And
Because
you
they're
brought up to me
they
that.
don't just work on frenemies, they're my employees.
Okay, but when I said that to you originally, you said, oh, we pay the employees. They could be working on other things. So why don't we have frenemies employees and I get input if we're spending 5% of the budget towards them?
I think that's not what it is.
That's
If
what
I
you said.
So then that's
But
I don't
okay,
remember,
to say
but that's not
gaslighting
what
is
it
telling someone how they feel, and you're telling me how I feel, and I'm telling you I don't feel frustrated or upset. So I don't know what else that could be. How am I gaslighting you by telling you I'm not feeling this way? How is that gaslighting you? I'm not feeling this way.
Okay.
I wouldn't show up. I wouldn't come here. I would,
You listen, you can
this
to
whole
something to
episode,
do.
you constantly like, move on. We're not talking about that. This is stupid. Like, how come you get to dictate what's stupid and what's not and what's worthy of a conversation and
If
what's
you
not?
want to talk about
And
something,
but
bring a
it's fine. I don't
conversation.
care.
People, what
I never pick the costumes. I never do the vlogs. I give so many ideas. I say dancing for the vlogs. I give all these ideas, and you don't. It's just
What's
for
wrong with
people that work
advice?
for you? I don't think it's a good segment.
The people want to hear from us.
Okay, do it. I'm just
Okay.
telling you my opinion, and all the vlogs we've done, I've suggested other vlogs, and like that never does. I
Well, if
suggest
you don't
other
like it,
things.
then we shouldn't do it.
Okay.
You want to give me
House.
25,000 for the set?
No,
So what do you want?
because I didn't have a say in the set. I didn't have a say in how it was like built or anything.
Bought a studio downtown that was always the plan, by the way, that we were going to move downtown. And then all of a sudden I was
For
like,
H3,
yo,
I
and
had
I was
no
like, yo,
consent
we're
to it.
moving. I told you ahead of time, but it's fine because
You didn't tell me downtown
we're still
LA.
at my house now. But I said, okay. So I was like, yo, by the way, we moved into our new office. We're going to be there next week. It's good. And then you're like, oh, I don't want to go down there. And but we had made all these plans to move the set and everything and to do everything. So you're like, I don't want to go down there. And then we talked about it for a little bit. And I said, okay, fine. And, and I will wish you well because I've always wished you well. And I could tell you hate me so much right now, but I don't hate you.
Cool. I know.
I like you still. My feelings didn't change for you.
Cool. Love it.
There's no way to calm you down, I feel like.
I'm not. I'm fine. I'm literally just
No,
over
but like,
it.
there's
I'm
no
so
way.
over it.
You just hate me so much. I just wish
do,
there was a
and I
way.
do.
But I feel like you're so angry about this.
I'm literally not, but it's
Yes,
just so
you
funny.
are.
I'm not. I'm angry when you say
Don't
something.
you need to admit when you're angry?
Ethan, I promise you, this is really is gaslighting. I go to a lot of therapy right now, and this really is. When I say I'm not angry, I'm not. I'm like just trying to tell you that you're like, oh, we do everything for the show, and I'm like saying it's not always good. I'm not angry. If I was angry, I would like leave or something, but I'm not. But you
But
telling
you're
me I'm angry,
upset or something. You're not
I'm
upset or angry.
not.
Okay, okay. All right.
but it is like, ugh, you and Jax don't serve each other, so.
Jax? Well, I can't believe you're going after Jax. He's such a sweet guy.
I love you.
All right, Trisha.
Bye. Thanks for the great episode. You want to come with me, or are you staying?
I shouldn't have to walk on eggshells around everything I say.
All right, Ethan,
We
I'm
have
asking to end this. I'm asking
You can
please.
leave anytime, Trisha.
But then you're making this thing where we're not ending the show, and you get to sit here and be like, okay, well that just happened, and you're eating pizza, and then
I will
joke
end
and
the
whatever.
show the minute you walk
All right,
off the
so
frame.
let's just end it, please. Thank you guys for watching, and I don't want it to be a thing where you're just sitting here eating pizza and you become a meme.
So then I'll say, I'm sorry.
Okay.
Obviously, I don't want to get in an argument over
I really
like
need
your
to
emotion.
leave.
Okay. All right. We're done. Thank you guys.
Thank you.